Welcome back to OK Monday. Today we're running through 27 rapid fire tips to help save $1,000 fast. No fluff, just practical, simple ways to cut costs and boost savings. Grab a notepad and let's dive in. All right, here we go. How to have fun for free or nearly free. 1. Use the public library. The public library is great not just for books, but also audiobooks. But many public libraries also offer free museum passes and things around town or hold workshops and events at the library themselves. So some examples of this are in Cape Cod, there's a library that does a marathon reading of Moby Dick, and the community gets together and reads Moby Dick to each other. It's really charming. I went there when I was in law school, and it was a delight. When I lived in Charleston, the library hosted an event where a woman would teach you how to make sweetgrass baskets. She would walk through her family's history and tell family stories, and also teach you this tradition that's been passed down generation through generation of how to actually weave the baskets. I have them. I'm going to show them to you. I made one of these, and the woman who was teaching the class made the other. I know what you're probably thinking. They look the same. I can't tell who did which one. And yeah, I did this one. I use it to hold my keys and stuff. This I just think is so beautiful. Okay, I learned that at the public library for free in Charleston. Here in San Francisco, they offer a Discover and Go pass through the public library, and they'll let you go to museums or Alcatraz. The Museum of Modern Art is on the list, and it's all for free through your public library pass. So I know each public library system is different, but maybe check out yours to see what you're missing out, and if nothing else, get some awesome books or audiobooks for free there too. Number 2, but along the same lines, is discover community events. In my town, there every year, one of the things I look forward to the most is flower piano, where the botanical garden will set up something like 17 pianos around the garden, just under a willow tree or in a glen, and pianists come and play the piano, and it's completely free to residents of the town, and it's a delightful event. So check out what kind of community events are happening in your area too. Number 3, host a bring your own dinner night. Every Tuesday night, I have a standing dinner with friends where sometimes we'll do a group order that people can hop onto, like a local restaurant or something, and everybody can order what they want. But for the most part, people just bring their own dinner from home, and we'll all meet at one person's house and have dinner on Tuesday night, but it's all kind of like leftovers or something that you cooked that night. And it's a BYOD situation, which is really fun just to have that standing time to get together that's pretty much no cost. Number 4, meet friends for a run or walk. Every Thursday morning, I meet one of my girlfriends at a run club, and we just go for a little 3-mile run. It is such a great way to connect with a friend, and also completely free, and added bonus, gets us out of the house and working out earlier in the day. Number 5, try a no-spend weekend. Just for fun, maybe put together some of these tips and try to spend $0 one weekend and see how it goes. Tip number 6 is return unused items. You might be surprised, take a look through your closet. There might be something in there that still has the tags on. I did this recently and made some returns to Nordstrom's, and they were just things that I never ended up using, that I had bought in the last few months, and they have a fairly generous return policy, so I returned it and got the cash back. Number 7, unsubscribe from emails or Instagram accounts or any kind of feed that is encouraging you to spend money. Added tip, you can control find unsubscribe in your email list, and it will give you all of the emails that have a subscription included with them, or that you're auto subscribed to. And that's a great way to filter and unsubscribe to those emails in a quicker fashion. Number 8, sell clothes online. So I sometimes sell lightly used clothes on Poshmark. You could also use Facebook Marketplace for this, but it helps declutter your closet and earn a few extra bucks. Number 9, wait 1 week before a big purchase, or really any amount of time to delay gratification. So I like to keep things in the cart for a week, and if I still am thinking about it and want to go back to it, I might revisit it and make the purchase. But even putting some time and space, like an hour away from a purchase, can be helpful. I was recently on a girls' trip and I had tried something on, came out into the shop to show my girlfriends, and they were oohing and eyeing, which was such a delight. But also this like other group of women were saying like, oh, you have to get this. And all of a sudden there were like 10 people telling me that I needed to buy this $400 dress tunic thing. It was really cute. It wasn't like a core item, it wasn't on my shopping list, it wasn't something I was hoping to spend money on, but I felt this incredible pressure to buy in the moment, and instead I just said like, let's keep browsing, let's go to another shop, and if I still really want it, I'll come back and get it. And you know what, I didn't. It was just like the fun of that moment, but I didn't really need to have it in my closet. So the moral of that story is put a little bit of time between when you want the thing and when you actually buy the thing, because chances are after time passes, you probably won't want it anymore. Use promo codes or coupons. So if you know that you are going to buy something, take a second to look up a promotion code for that website. Here's an example of this. I knew I wanted to sign up for a half marathon in November and just took a quick second to pause and see if there were any coupon codes online, and I got it 10% off just because I took a second to look up a coupon code for something that I was already gonna buy. Tip number 11, buy generic brands. Often they're made in the same places as the more premium brands. It's literally the same factory that's making the product, and it's just the labeling that's different. So if you can find some generic brand alternatives that you like just as much, then that's a great way to cut costs. Number 12, cancel unused gym memberships. I think if you're using your gym membership, that is an excellent investment in your future and your health. But you know, if you've got like 3 unused gym memberships in your town and you've only gone to the gym twice that year, that might be exactly what my mom did a few years ago. She was, anyway, you know if you're not using them, and if you're not using them, I'd encourage you to cancel those unused gym memberships. Tip 13, try a no eating out challenge. You might try this just for a month, but set the goal of not eating out at all for that month, or maybe you just do it for a week and see how it goes. Tip 14, use what you have. I love this one. Every so often, I will make a goal not to buy any groceries and instead use what I have in my pantry or in my freezer. And I feel like I'm playing like a Top Chef cooking show where I have to get creative with the things that I have and make sure that I use them. And it's kind of a fun way to use the things that you already have. Tip 15 is slice your pizza budget by not ordering delivery. It is just so easy to buy a frozen pizza at the grocery store. It saves so much money on delivery and fees, and I think it is just as delicious. Tip 16, cycle your streaming services. So, you know, if you're really hard charging, you might cancel all of your streaming services. What I do instead is I cycle through them. So I will just have like my Disney Plus account for a month, and then I'll just have Netflix up for a month. And a lot of it depends on what I'm excited to watch at the time. You know, I went through like a Mandalorian phase where I needed Disney Plus, or wanted Disney Plus, that is, and I went through a Bridgerton phase where I wanted Netflix for that period of time. But instead of having every streaming service and having that accumulate monthly, I'd say just pick one that you're into at the time and kind of rotate it. Number 17, your dad would be super proud of me for saying this, but turn off the lights. When you leave a room or when you leave the house, shut the light off just to save in electricity. Tip 18, along the same lines, adjust your thermostat. So maybe make it a couple degrees cooler in the wintertime or a couple degrees cooler in the summertime to save on some energy costs. Tip 19, cancel paid app subscriptions. I recommend going through your credit card statement or your debit card statement and looking for any recurring app charges and being diligent about canceling those. Tip number 20, have a yard sale. You might have some things around the house that are taking up space, and others might be able to enjoy it. So consider having a yard sale to declutter and make a little bit of extra cash on what you've got laying around. Tip 21, look for loose change. It's always a thrill when you find a $10 bill or something in your jacket from last winter, but you might be surprised where loose change accumulates in your car or around the house. So consider taking a look around to see what you have available. Tip number 22, reduce your cell phone bill. Call your provider to potentially switch to another plan, or consider choosing another provider, and you may be able to save $20 to $50 off your monthly phone bill. Tip 23, set up automatic savings. It's a lot easier to save that $1,000 if it just never ends up in your checking account, and instead it goes automatically into wherever you're putting your savings. I suggest a high yield savings account, but if it's another account at the same institution, just getting it out of your regular checking account and into a savings account, it's a great way to power up your savings. Tip number 24, hustle with a side gig. There are so many great options now, from pet walking or pet sitting with Rover to Fiverr or DoorDash or Uber, where you can have a side hustle and earn a few $100 extra a month. Tip number 25, conquering your commute. Consider carpooling, biking, or public transportation to get wherever you need to go. Tip 26, pack your lunch and save money at work by not buying lunch there. Added bonus if you head to the park for a little picnic during your lunch break. Tip number 27 is to skip the coffee run. This can save you about $150 a month. Here, if I get a cup of coffee out in town, it would cost me $5. And if I did that every day for a month, that is $150 spent on coffee. I really love having coffee out and about though. And so I took some time to think about what I really enjoy about that experience. And that is, one, having the warm cup of coffee in my hands. I just like that feeling when I'm out running errands. And two, I really enjoy the convenience of having a disposable cup on me instead of making a cup of coffee at home with a reusable cup and bringing it with me. I actually really like having a disposable cup because I often run errands on foot or on a bike, and I don't like to lug around that cup anymore. So what I've started doing is saving my disposable cups that they give you at the coffee shop, and I just use it one more time. I'm not using these a ton of additional times because they are disposable, but I use it one more time. I'll make the cup of coffee here, and then I get to run my errands with all of the convenience of a disposable cup, and also, keeping my hands warm and that lovely cozy feeling of just being out and about with your cup of coffee, which is really what I was looking for. But it brings my overall coffee spend down because I'm kind of getting two uses out of a single purchase. That might seem silly to some, and feel free to disregard that tip, but I think the broader point there is to think about what you really enjoy about an experience and what you really appreciate. Really take a moment to be mindful and see if there are ways that you can recreate that, because it might not be so obvious what you are appreciating about a certain convenience. You might find cheaper alternatives while still maintaining that high quality of life and not feeling like you're sacrificing. And there you have it, 27 rapid fire tips to help you save $1,000 fast. You don't have to do all of these tips at once, but picking a few of them that you might want to implement might fast track you towards saving that $1,000 or achieving whatever financial goal that you're excited about. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're interested in more financial tips, and I'd love to hear in the comments if you plan to adopt any of these or try any of these out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.